Hello, everybody.
Well, everybody, are you pressing?
Well,
It's your guys, Mark and Mike. We're here.
and we're happy to be back once again. So we're going to go right into our topics. You guys know me, Mark, don't know what's happening with the topic, so our reaction is very live. All we ask you guys to do is to subscribe, like, and to share.
Yep, send stars, do whatever you want, and let us know what you like. And we're going to start. So I'll go first.
Okay.
So my first topic is, I don't know if you heard this, is kind of crazy. The Palmer Chocolate Factory explosion. So in West Reading, Pennsylvania. Yeah, in total, it's a March 24th explosion, claimed 7 lives. 5 of them have not been identified at this time. It's during a debriefing on Monday. It's revealed that the victims, there were 10 victims, were injured in the blast and taken to Reading Hospital. They said they smelled gas, and all of a sudden it exploded. So that's what happened. So if you're not familiar with Palmer's is very important. Is a very famous American, especially, but also it also has things across North America where they do chocolates for Easter, like Easter eggs and chocolate bunnies. So, Mike, what do you think about this story?
Are they ones with the little bunny ear?
Hey, Jamila, I see you, boo.
You hear me? Isn't Palmer the one that has like the bunny ears on it? Bunny ears, like the outline.
Exactly, bunny. Yeah. So yeah, the big chocolate bunnies that are covered.
You don't get it from Halloween. You only don't get it from
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's horrible that it exploded. I wonder what caused that.
That's strange. Yeah, they said it was a gas leak, but they didn't go into too much details with it. But yeah, it's pretty bad when a chocolate factory explodes. It's kind of bad.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Wow, I'm sorry for all the. I'm sorry for everybody's okay.
I mean, I would insert an R. Kelly joke, but I don't know where that would fit in this. But yeah, moving on, Michael. Let's move on.
It's too soon for that. No, but
okay.
So Pope Francis is due to be hospitalized for several days with respiration. He's a respiratory infection. The Vatican says. So there's been a respiratory infection going on all over the place. Like I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
I had ear infection for a long time. It's probably got almost clear. Still dealing with that. But yeah, it's been real weird bacteria infections everywhere. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it is definitely something where, yeah, I feel like everyone's had an infection. I had it too as well. It was really bad. I think hopefully everyone's a bit better now that we're kind of getting out of the going to spring now and it's kind of warmer. Hopefully we won't have to deal with a lot of sicknesses. But yeah, I think we just got to be protecting ourselves more. I know my friend who is a respiratory therapist tells me to still wear masks when you go to stores and stuff. It's still important, especially when it's cold out. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's also new fungal infections coming out too, which I heard too. They're not as serious as like last year. Like there are like fungal infections. So make sure you
a fungal infection.
Yeah, fungus. Yeah. So make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you're antifungal because there are a lot of things everywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay.
And we're back.
Hello, we're back. So Mike actually was talking. Yeah, so Mike was talking about the fungal infection and also the respiratory infection. So it's my turn up. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of a crazy story. A Dutch man has 550 kids and gets sued by a sperm bank. So a Dutch man basically went to 10 different sperm banks and all over. So he went to Denmark, he went to Ukraine, and um, some other countries as well, and basically got his sperm inseminated by multiple women, and now he has 550 kids. So what's happening is that one of the sperm banks, is actually suing him for the damages, and also there are women that are coming forward that are also coming to have a legal action against him. So my question to you, Mike, what do you think about this crazy story?
Well, I mean, I think it's fair if certain banks like that, they want to make sure like your intelligence, they want proprietary, um, proprietary genetic information.
Ingredients, Mike, ingredients.
Ingredients, and absolutely ingredients. So they want because I'm sorry, but if you're like a doctor or a lawyer they want to make sure that they have that. They have that. So I can't see them being upset or mad. I see.
I know. I think it's crazy because to me, of course, can you imagine being a woman who actually gotten as a child, and all of a sudden now your child is related to 550 other kids. It's like so horrible. And not just that, just honestly the damage it causes between families. And like, of course, I feel like it's a Nick Cannon syndrome or something, because why would you want that many, of your offspring on your own? That's a lot.
We actually have some audio issues with you right back. Well, look at that. We're back. Let's see if we fixed the audio issue. I think we did. Yeah. So I think I'm up next. So we talk about the sperm bank. So that's the next thing we're going to. So the Taiwanese president Zhang Ingwen declared Wednesday that she'll be embarking on a diplomatic mission to Central America, and this is to and it also includes United States too. But she's been condemned by China for doing that and going, because China wants Taiwan really bad right now at this time.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that?
I feel like China's. I mean, again, it's our opinion, but I feel like the Taiwanese government has to be very careful when it comes to China, because China is definitely. I feel like they're coming. They want to get its claws into the country so badly, and they'll do anything they can, any means. So I think we have to be very cautious. I think also you should take a page out of Ukraine's book, because you can see you can see them coming. I feel like you be careful, watch your back, and and your front too, because they're taking everything. They'll take everything. Just saying. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I just think that you mean the Russia Ukraine thing? You're saying that they didn't watch out.
Yes, yeah, Russia Ukraine, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, I kind of feel like, I think they're pretty independent there, way more than China. I think they have to be careful because I think like if I was the leader, I wouldn't be so quick to leave there, because if they invade or something and she's not there, what happens then? It's kind of, I don't know. I just kind of my frame of thought would be like to maybe just hunker down and make sure have people come to you, have people just come to you, because right now you can't afford to even like it's not like leave the front door open and walk out your house. You don't do that.
Mm-hmm. And from my understanding, the Taiwanese government is very open and very accepting. They have a huge gay population, and they also I think they're very people centric. So they love helping people in government. So I really hope that they get to keep and get to be able to defend themselves and stay where they are. Okay. So my story is a crazy story. So have you heard about these pigs called super pigs in Canada that have been taking over the US by storm? So there's a super pig invasion. There's super pig invasion, from Saskatchewan, where all these they're mixed with wild boar and normal pig. They're coming from across, and they're actually eating, destroying crops, destroying cultural significant places, and eating all vegetation. They say that the pigs have been pretty much produced back in the 1980s, and now they've gotten so grown. They're able, and they're also, because they have huge tusks and very hairy, they're able to actually sustain themselves through winter, through harsher climates. So, what do you think about this crazy story about the pigs coming and invading?
I mean,
the US?
so until actually took the DNA of our haters and actually morphed us into that. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm just saying. Should we say their names? I could definitely say the names. But I'm not.
Say it. Say it right now. Mila, type their names. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Don't type.
No, what I'm saying is, to me, I feel like I feel like you're gonna see a lot more of that because of the way things are evolving. That I think we're helping that happen. But also, I think naturally nature's gonna evolve to make things stronger and last longer, right? Same thing with the wolves and the coyotes merging, creating a hybrid. We call it a hybrid. We call it a high. We merge something together. Hybrid. Yes, hybrid. Yeah. A hybrid of the wolves and coyotes, creating a super race of animals that can sustain and hunt very, very well. And so that's what keep happening, right? Yeah. I mean, it's good one way because then you get more hardier pigs, but I'm not sure how that will work in terms of how they'll be in terms of food. I don't know if they are good for us or not.
That's true. I mean, it is wild boar, so I'm pretty sure it would be. I would imagine it being a bit more tough than normal, but yeah, I don't know. I think it definitely needs to be corralled for sure because we don't want them to tear up all the crops and things.
It won't stop the South from eating pigs for sure. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, it won't. That's the truth.
From the trotters to the listeners, they'll eat all.
What's your story, bro?
Okay, so so did you hear about Whoopi Goldberg and Charlemagne?
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah, the defendant, the Mississippi TV anchor who's removed after quoting Snoop Dogg for Shizzle Ma.
Oh yes.
Was the old anchor who basically said for Shizzle Ma, but I don't think she knew what maybe she did. Who knows? But she got fired for saying it, right? But I think Charlemagne the God and Whoopi Goldberg defending her because it's saying that she just said some words that were repeat that she heard someone else say. And she's referring to Snoop Dogg, some sort of venture Snoop Dogg's doing a new one.
Okay.
What do you think about this story?
I think I actually did some more research. That's why I get to do a lot more research when it comes to like news because it's not just the story that this happened to her. She's actually said some other things that have been really kind of racially charged or really close to kind of being insensitive, but definitely racially insensitive. So I think in certain aspects, if for example, this is a one-time incident, then I would agree. Yes, absolutely. You shouldn't be affected if she's by accident. But then part of me does say because some older people, honestly about it, some older people they don't know what they're talking about. They just hear people say stuff, they don't know what it means or what the significance is behind it. So I can understand that portion of it. But my other mind saying she's been saying things before and no one's really, she got caught one time and it's her second time, her second offense. So that's where I would probably I'm kind of impartial with the decision. Like for me, I think if I had to really think about it really hard, I'd probably say she probably made a mistake more than likely. I don't think she's trying to make a big deal out of it, but I mean, if she got in trouble, that's your fault. If they told you one time before and you're kind of, if you know you're on the line, I wouldn't do anything to cross another line to make it worse. That's my opinion. Okay. So what's your opinion, bro?
Yeah, my opinion is the same. I kind of feel like I feel like if she has a history of this, then yeah, you can be fired. That's how it is. But if she was an accidental mistake, if she doesn't know what she's saying, then honestly, there's a point of like being mad at her. Like people say stuff all the time they don't know, and during race, they think it's cool, they think it's modern, and then they say some things, and then they have a misnomer, and people get upset with them. And it's like honestly, sometimes people make mistakes. That's okay. Like we have to be able to forgive each other. That's the real important part. Yeah,
I agree. 100% agree. Okay, so my next story is spaceship sighted. So an aircraft traffic controller found a approaching flight that they couldn't identify. It was two white lights moving in a circular pattern in Yellowknife in Canada on January 29th. So apparently, the crew members aboard the Canadian Northern flight from Fort Marie to Yellowknife asked what it was to the traffic controller as it crossed the city of Canada around 11. Or sorry, crossed northern Canada in Yellowknife at around 11:15 p.m. local time. So what do you think about this sighting? Do you think it could possibly be extraterrestrial?
Well, you know what? I think we're seeing a lot more sightings and things. So I think it's time for it to happen. Like I feel like it happens more often than not. I feel like we kind of just, I guess it's been brushed off by governments, but now you can hear a lot more because of the what happened with China and the balloon, the weather balloons. You can see a lot more of like people saying more things. I think it's interesting, and maybe it's time for us to meet some aliens. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's definitely possible for sure. I mean, I believe that there are always been aliens. We can't. I think we're very selfish to believe we're not the only ones on the planet. There's so many different universes. There's so many universe is vast. So there's so many planets that we're discovering. In fact, actually, I actually was listening to one podcast. Have you heard? There's a planet that's actually made of pure. It's like water. It's pure. It's nothing but water. And like basically, if you were to land into it, you would drown. It's that dense water, which is kind of insane. It's more water than our whole planet. So it's like there's so many different planets like that. I feel like we shouldn't ever be like thinking like we're the only ones. I feel like, in my opinion.
So we'll be right back. And we are back. So I think it's on me now. Yeah. So our next topic is continue on with planet. You're talking about alien extraterrestrials in the sky and celestial things. NASA has its first detailed map of water on the moon. So they actually found water on the moon. They're using the old retired Sophia satellite, and they're able to see it in February. They observe using infrared astronomy. They're able to find water. So what do you think about that?
That's pretty amazing. I think it's really fantastic. I think it shows that there could have been some sort of life before beings on the planet before, which is pretty amazing. I think also we're going to find out he's saying as our technology gets better, we're going to find a lot more better. We're going to have a lot more information and a lot more, I think, quality of our findings we find. So we'll see. So that's what I think. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. We're still on audio issues on Mark's end. We'll be back in a minute, okay, everybody? We'll be back. That was kind of funny.
That was so cool. That was pretty cool. I like that.
Your turn.
Okay, so my next one is: have you heard about this Gwyneth Paltrow skiing incident?
Yeah, I honestly, I want to talk about. That's the one thing I want to talk about forever. Honestly,
it is so crazy. So from what I've watched the trial, and what I've seen is that basically she was skiing and she was stopped somewhere with her kids, and all of a sudden someone crashed into her from behind and ended up actually having breaking their ribs. From what her telling of the story is, the other person's telling the story is that she actually crashed into him, and he has all we all know is that
he ran her.
Yeah, he ran into her. So now basically they're saying, he's saying that she ran into him. So there's like he has four cracked ribs, and now they're in court trying to kind of sort the whole thing out. So Mike, what do you think about this situation?
Man, so my girl Bose, if y'all don't watch Bose, she's the bomb.
She's so good.
She's good. World, yeah. She's really good. It's about true crime and anything legal. I love it. Boy, what happened was, so Griff was saying that the man ran to her, and this all allegedly because it's not going to be learning they happen to us, but we'll say allegedly for all of it. But she said that he ran into her and saw her knees open and the skis open up her legs. She felt kind of uncomfortable. Like she thought at first maybe it could have been like she's being essayed
Someone's
or something.
violating her.
Which is weird to think about on a sea hill. You know, that's like the most like who's thinking about that on a sea hill? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but and a doctor come in and explain because what she said was that he ran into her and then they all both fell. But it doesn't make sense because think about this: if the way that it had to happen was she had to run into him because the doctor said,
correct.
The doctor said, not we didn't say the doctor. And sort of ran into her. So if she ran into him and they both fell, then the side that has regular
he'd have braced her impact.
Would brace her impact, right. He actually would. We didn't see her. She ran to him, and he fell. His ribs are going to crack for sure, which is what happened. Whereas by her, you think about her account, if he ran to her, most people when they run into him, they brace their heads out. So how would he get his ribs cracked if he was bracing himself and they both fell, right? Whereas it makes more sense that she was on top of him. They both fell to break it. So to me, it's like I don't know, girl. You reaching. She's reaching.
Yeah, I agree. I think also, I mean, they say, you know, your wife's an actress, wouldn't show me the safe. I mean, what happens? She should be an actor.
I know. I know. Goop, get out of this. Goop the kids. Goop the kids.
Gwyneth Paltrow, she really gooped the kids. Gooped the kids. Exactly. Okay, so your go, bro.
My turn. Yeah. So, did you hear about this? That unfortunately, we're sorry for your family and the loss of is Nikita Garland, a daytime Emmy winning longtime producer of Deer Hospital, has died. She was 49. Her father, William Garland, confirmed her passing on Facebook, but did not provide details. So she graduated from Hampton University. She's from our area, Virginia.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she graduated in 1995 with a degree in mass media. So wow, what do you about that?
Oh, sorry to I'd say our condolences for her family and the loss. It's sad. I mean, what a pioneering show she was a part of, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing.
A black woman, like a real powerful, like black woman. So I just want to say, like, it's really sad when that happens, but also it's not really broadcast. So let's pay homage to people who came before us and did things. You know, so I'm pretty sure her lifelong legacy will be like marked forever for General Hospital. That's like the first show even before Grey's Anatomy. That's a big show, right?
Yeah, it's definitely stamped for sure. So my story is interesting. So you might heard of this whole craze about Cocaine Bear.
Yes.
So is this in the new movie? Well, actually, there's actually a real life wildcat was found in Cincinnati Zoo with cocaine in its system.
Yep.
So apparently they found it. So what do you think about this story, with this crazy story about them trying to medically attend to the cat and they found they had cocaine in its system?
I mean, you think about London and the water there, sitting there. They say every Sunday or Monday, whatever. There's drugs in the water that people get drugged because there's so much drugs in the water. No matter how they purify it, you're still gonna get drugs. So I think.
So wait. So are you saying it's COKE in Cincinnati?
That's right. It's P and PC and no. Honestly, I think we need to be more mindful about how you do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think.
Did you have Mexico? How there's migrants that were locked behind bars during a deadly Mexican fire? People dying.
No.
Burned to death. Yeah. Migrants were locked in a cell as blaze spread, killing 39 people at a detention center in Mexico.
I think
so they're locked in. The fire happened. People, no one can really get them out. So they were stuck in it. They were stuck in there. So they can't.
What did the Mr. Joe Clark Lean on Me? They locked the doors from inside. I'm confused.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like there's definitely some fire. Got to be some fire. But you know what? Honestly, in Mexico, they don't have the same laws and regulations.
Standards at all.
Yeah. So, but I would think they would need that for sure if that happens. That's sad. It's pretty sad. Yeah. Sure. So. Okay. So Karen Green, this lady, she didn't want to upgrade her iPhone or switch carriers back in the day. She kept her not so smart basic flip phone, her Hello Moto phone, after purchasing a new generation iPhone. So she left her phone in the box in 2007, where it is, and she actually sold it, and it went for $63,000 now currently. So it was over 100 times more than the original. She spent $599 on the phone. Now it's worth $63,356.40. What do you think about this, Michael?
I mean, it was so back in the day. I'm imagining it's an analog phone. So I'm like, why would you want an analog phone? Because there's no analog system to use anymore. So what? I guess if it's like a one of a kind phone, I guess if it's like a razor or something. But then razors aren't. I don't know.
Well, because it's a vintage. It's a vintage old. It's a phone that has not been in the box and not been touched.
I don't know what kind of phone it is. I'm curious to know what kind of phone it is.
Oh, her phone she had back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know her. They said it was an old, not so smart phone. So I'm thinking it probably was a Nokia. It was those Nokia phones. You can do anything. You break it, and nothing will happen to it.
You throw a brick window, do a story floor, and it won't crack or anything.
You can put it in the fire. You can put it anywhere, depending whatever. It was so
run over your car.
It's test of times. Right. So yeah, that's what.
This is my last one, Mark. That was my last one. All right. So okay. So Walmart in Canada will participate in grocery code of conduct. The CEO tells MPs. So basically, what's happening is the problem they're having with Walmart here is that, like, say you go in and say online, I'll say the price is this, or you see our commercial this, you go in and you get the stuff and it's way more than it's supposed to be, or you go in and it's like 2-for-1 deal and you're not getting the deal, or they put taxes on things they're not supposed to be taxed, or the cashier will press the wrong button and you get charged extra, and no one's really fixing those things. So they want to make a more of an effort to stop that from happening because they're making way too much money, way too much money, making those kind of errors.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I agree. I think it's good. I mean, I think they should actually definitely regulate it because it's unfair. If you're seeing online for a certain price and you go inside the store, that would irritate me and make me very angry. I also think that they extend it to what people wear, their clothing and outfits, and can they extend it to please extend it to not wear pajamas and shorts.
Pay your people more,
and that too. And we definitely have to as well. Can we just send it? Please do it all around. Can we continue at the top, Walmart's or the Waldens or the Walking Dead? Can they drop their tips 2% of their pay earnings to people that live in those impoverished places where Walmart's are located? Can we also help where the all other abandoned Walmarts can they actually do some of those and fix those up and spend money on rehousing and fixing rebuilding things there?
Yeah,
just saying.
All right, so everyone, thank you so much for joining our show. So technical difficulties. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And we're here every week. We'll be here next week. Sorry, we're off for a little bit. We're trying to get ourselves together, but we'll be providing you with some news. Oh yeah. Also, the new Resident Evil 4 is out. I'm playing that. It's incredible. Such a good game. Like, if you want a game that's scary, that's like very visual, that gives you all the feels, where it's like Village, but a little bit more upgraded. Well, that's it for us today. We'll see you next time. And thank you for coming to Luxury Lounge. See you next time.
Bye, guys.